When the Russians reach the doorsteps of Kiev, they will have two options: march in or lay siege. If Russia wants to topple Volodymyr Zelensky, they will have to march in. But that is easier said than done. Thousands of civilians are still based in Kiev. Many of them are armed. They have huge stockpiles of Molotov cocktails. And then you have the Ukrainian army itself. Hundreds of citizens have enlisted in the last 10 days, so the battle for Kiev is likely to be a meat grinder. Many experts are worried about urban warfare. What does that mean? Street-to-street fighting, every intersection, every alley, every city square could become a battleground. And this is where Ukraine will have an advantage. They know the layout, they know the blind spots, the shortcuts. On the other hand, the Russian soldiers will be fighting blind. So Vladimir Putin is planning an alternate strategy. He is planning to recruit specialists from Syria. That is what the Wall Street Journal says. Syrians have been fighting a civil war for more than 10 years. They have aced urban warfare. And since 2015, Vladimir Putin has been supporting Bashar al-Assad's regime. And now he wants repayment. Reports say Russia is recruiting Syrian fighters for $200 to $300. Some of them are already in Russia. The question is, when does Putin want to unleash them? Strategically, now is not the time. The Russian military convoy is still stuck outside the Ukrainian capital, Kiev. Urban warfare has not started yet. Having said that, this move does reveal the Russian president's end game. He is preparing for stiff resistance in Kiev. He is preparing for street-to-street fighting. Does Ukraine have a plan of action? They too have foreign help. Ukraine has invited trained fighters from around the world. They have promised visa-free entry, weapons, monetary help. How many fighters have signed up so far? Around 16,000, according to the Ukrainian president.
Ukraine has started welcoming foreign volunteers who are coming to our country. The first of 16,000 are coming to defend our liberty and life, and of everyone. I'm sure it will be successful.
Zelensky did not reveal where these fighters are coming from, but reports indicate a global campaign. Veterans are flying in from the US, Britain, Canada, even Japan. Have governments okayed this mission? Not all of them. Some countries have banned the use of mercenaries like Australia and Germany. It is illegal for their citizens to fight abroad. What about the United States? It is not illegal for Americans to fight abroad, but the State Department did warn against it. Their latest advisory is level 4. In other words, do not travel. Despite this warning, dozens of US veterans are leaving for Ukraine. But the bulk of the fighting still depends on Ukrainian fighters. Even before the war, Ukraine had absorbed multiple armed groups in the country, some of them controversial, like the Azov Army. Azov Army is a right-wing militia of 900 fighters. In 2014, they were integrated into Ukraine's National Guard. But not everyone accepted this move. The US, for instance, refused to train the Azov Army until 2016. This video should tell you why. It was posted by Ukraine's National Guard. What does it show? Azov fighters greasing their bullets with pig fat because they are planning to fight the Muslim Chechen fighters. And that is another foreign group fighting in Ukraine, the Chechen army. It is commanded by Ramzan Kadyrov, who says 10,000 fighters are deployed in Ukraine. Now, this is no ordinary battalion. The Chechen special forces are ruthless and precise, which is why their role has come under scrutiny. Some Western analysts say it is propaganda, that Chechen fighters are not on the ground, that they are being used to drum up fears. Either way, Ukrainians are not backing down. Syrians, Chechens, special forces, whatever Russia is planning, Ukraine has one response: spirited resistance. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.